This might be the biggest Books A Million I think I've ever seen. How are you feeling, Mr. You like those donkeys or what is it? The horses?
There's goats that do it too.
Yeah. We're gonna go in and
when they do it, it's gross.
Yeah, it's gross. So we're gonna go check out the manga and stuff and see what they've got. So join us. Here we are.
This is the one that I'm making fun of, isn't it?
No, I haven't heard anyone making fun of it. I've heard it's overhyped, but it's still good.
There's like a particular scene that I've seen a lot. There's a panel I've seen that everyone makes fun of.
Huh.
Places circles on me and check, it might be good. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
When you've been saving up your money for a while, it just feels good to let loose and buy some really good manga series that you've been waiting on. So that's essentially what this trip was about, was enjoying ourselves, buying things we wanted. We saved up for a little while, and I'm just really happy that we are getting to do this. So enjoy the video. He's upset that he couldn't find the volume of Berserk that he wants, and I understand. I'm seeing a lot of really cute GL recently, and it just makes me so happy. Like, I've got to start picking this up. I'm so happy we're getting it though. And seriously, you guys, look at this huge section of One Piece. I cannot believe how much One Piece they had. I'm seeing Red River, we have Seven Deadly Sins, Spirited Away, Ragna Crimson. I'm seeing Rooster Fighter, Rent a Girlfriend. We've got some older stuff too in here that I'm noticing. My husband pointed out a couple of new things to me that I've never seen before. And I did see this new release, Snow Angel. It sounds really cute. I thought it was a BL at first, but I don't think that it is, so I might have to try this one day. Here you go, babe. Tamamori's Fantasies Never Stop. Look at this.
She looks sleepy. She needs to get some rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thing she's got pillows.
Can you hold this? It's getting heavy. Oh my god. Don't do that. You scare me. I don't like you. You bully. I was really impressed with how much this Books A Million had in stock. Like, I always forget that Books A Million usually has more than Barnes & Noble does. Like, I'm seeing Tokyo Revengers. I'm seeing things that I don't expect to see, like this omnibus. I have wanted to check that series out. I just have not yet. To Your Eternity, that's a little bit older, and they still have some. That's not something I usually see. I think a lot of times at Barnes & Noble, they really only keep up with something as it's being published. I don't know if they really restock things once they've finished publishing. So it's always really rare to see things that are more than like 4 years old after their last release to be in the store still. And yeah, here's some more shenanigans.
They have 3 copies of 2, no 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That is my luck. I'm so sorry. That is unfortunate.
That is... They did it on purpose.
I saw this one sticking out to me. It's called Chi-Chan Toxic Daughter. Of course, it's creepy. It's Shuzo Oshimi. I just thought it looked really interesting. I'm not sure if it's just a one-shot or a short story collection. I couldn't tell by looking at it, but I think it looked really interesting. And that was very suggestive, so I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm seeing some Vagabond down here. I'm seeing some Vinland Saga. We're getting some Witch Hat, whatever the word is. I honestly can't say it, and I see it all the time. I've heard that's really naughty.
Let's see how naughty. That's so naughty.
Just not wrapped or nothing.
Nope.
Okay. This one sounds really cute. It's called Home Sweet Home, and from what I can tell in the back, it says it's about a girl who moves in with this guy, but she thinks she's moving in with another girl, so more like a forced proximity kind of romance. Cute. My husband pointed out this manga to me. It's about a person who cross-dresses to go to a meetup in IRL. It looks really cute. I think it's an omnibus, and it sounds like a gender story, maybe a comedy, maybe a friendship story. I don't know. It just looked really interesting. It's a kodansha, so I'm not really sure what to expect with this. I've never heard of it before, but I definitely have got it on my radar now. It looks so cool. Also, I'm not trying to be a hater, but is anyone else kind of getting tired of Junji Ito? Like, I like his stuff, but oh my gosh, it's the only thing I ever see getting published anymore. Or at least it feels that way. I know that's not true, but I don't know. I think I'm getting burnout from seeing it so often in stores. Also, I see this shelf here of Delicious and Dungeon, and I'm telling you guys, it's not even a joke anymore. Every time I go to pick up volume 3 of that series, there is not a single volume 3. There could be 15 volume 2s, 30 volume 4s, but not a single volume 3. It's got to be out of print at this point. I don't know what else it could be. My luck is not that bad. I am really behind on that series in particular, and I could pick up some of those volumes, but honestly, I'm not liking it that much, so I'm kind of putting it off. I know that's terrible because I do like the Seven Seas adult line, so I'm not going to fully give up on it yet.
Oh.
Oh.
I just got the vapors.
Oh no, we figured out that we don't have this volume. Oh my gosh. Hi everybody, it's Chelsea Face again. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. I am excited because I have a lot of manga to show you and a couple of books maybe that I have recently gotten through a recent haul. So some of these, if I've shown you before, I do apologize, but I wanted to make sure that you'd seen them and I didn't keep a good track of them this time. And then I also just got back from our 10-year wedding anniversary trip. And of course, we had to go book and manga shopping. So let's just get into it. Hey, so editing Chelsea here. Somehow the clip in between that last clip and the next clip got completely, it just disappeared. Like, it's almost like I didn't even record that whole video, but I do distinctly remember hitting record on it. So I'm going to have to try to remember everything that I hauled in that video and show it to you because I know for sure that it is not included in that one. So let's just get into the books that I would have hauled for you. I did end up picking up a couple of shoujo manga that I want to try. Home Sweet Home. This is by Minami Mizuno, Volume 1. I've been wanting to try this one. I've heard really good things about it. And it seems really cute. Teenage drama about a girl that ends up having to live in the same house as this guy. She thinks it's a girl that she's going to be living with. This one's called Tiger and Dragon. This has been on my wish list for a long time. Just really curious to try it out, by Mizuki Hoshino. It seems to be like a childhood friends, but also a love triangle situation with these two boys. I do love a good love triangle, so I think that one's going to be really, really fun. I also ended up finding volume 11 of Oku, The Inner Chambers. I've been looking for this volume. It was one of the ones I was missing in a gap. And I found it at a used bookstore, brand new, still wrapped, for like $8. So I had to grab it because these are normally like $13, so it was a little cheaper. I ended up getting that one. I also picked up volume 15 of Komi Can't Communicate. I'm really excited to continue this series. It's really fun. I love Komi, so I had to grab one of those. I also picked up volume 2 of Otaku Vampire Love Bite, or Otaku Vampire's Love Bite. I liked the first volume okay. I think I like this one, at least the first volume, more than I do the other series by this creator. Lord help me, I can't even remember the name of it, and it's like one of the most popular series ever made. So sorry, I'm the worst. But I am reading both of them. I like the first one of this one better than the first one of that one, so I did want to pick this one up and continue trying those out. I also picked up volume 13 of Mao. This is one that I have kind of put off collecting recently, so I do need to catch back up. I think they're almost to 20 on this series. So I love Rumiko Takahashi. This is a fun supernatural time travel series, very similar to Inuyasha in the time traveling portal kind of situation, but I think it's darker, similar to Mermaid Saga. So I do really like this one a lot. I'm glad to get to continue that one. And I picked up another volume 1 of a series I'd never tried before, but I've heard really good things. It's called Anyway, I'm in Love with You by Haruka Mitsui. This, from what I understand, is a group of friends. I think there's only one girl from the back cover. They get really close and the pandemic happens. So it's like set during COVID. And I think it's like the troubles of love and friendship and romance and stuff during the pandemic. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully it's not too triggery. I didn't have a terrible pandemic situation. So it really didn't go that bad for me, so I don't really have a lot of issues reading things like that. I know a lot of people had a lot worse things happen to them during the pandemic, but those seem to be the majority of the manga I've picked up. And if I didn't haul it here for you, it's because you've already seen it in a wrap-up. So I do apologize for this being such a mess. I'm so mad at myself for that clip just not being anymore. But I did also pick up a book or two. Some of these came from that trip, some of them did not. I picked up The Cut. This is by C.J. Dotson, and it's, I think, about a woman or a couple who go to like a hotel or something, and it's like haunted and gross. I really don't remember. Yeah, it's about a hotel. I hope it's good. I really didn't read that much into it. I just know I heard Jordaline talk about it on her channel, and she is a goddess, and I will read almost anything that she recommends if I can afford to do so. I'm easily influenced by that lady. I also found this one at a thrift store for like $1. It's called The Girl Who Drank the Moon. This is a middle grade fantasy, and I've heard such good things about it for years, and I finally found a copy that was super, super cheap. Decent condition. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, but not enough for me to care for $1. I do like middle grade from time to time. I love YA and middle grade. I just don't pick it up super often because I don't watch enough booktubers who give recommendations of things I would like. So if you know any really good middle grade or YA fantasy booktubers that you would recommend, please let me know, especially with YA, because I tend to really love YA fantasy. Don't know why. That particular genre in YA, love it to death. So I'm excited to read that one eventually. And I also found these in the used book section of my local indie bookstore. This is a novella series that's a fantasy. I believe this is the first book. This is the second book, if I believe. The Empress of Salt and Fortune by Ningbo, and When the Tiger Came Down the Mountain by Ningbo. I believe this is the first and second one. So they were super, super cheap. So I can't wait to give those a try. If I don't like them, I think I spent like less than $10 on both. So that's a killer deal. Can't wait to read those. They're less than 100 pages each. I got on our trip The Body by Stephen King. This is a shorter novella. And I think this is the one that inspired a movie, Stand By Me. I've never seen the movie either, so I don't have a clue what this is about, but I like a good Stephen King, and his short stories are fun, so I figured I would pick this one up. It was like $8 at that really cool used bookstore. And the last one that I have here that I don't think you've seen yet is, I picked this up this week. It's called Kill Creatures by Rory Power. I love Rory Power, okay? One of the first books that really got me back into BookTube and to reading and enjoying books again, not just reading them for school, was Rory Power and Wilder Girls and Burn Their Bodies Down. I love everything that I've read by her. I didn't read the one fantasy book, but I'm excited to check this out. It's a thriller, it's a YA thriller, and I've been following her journey of writing, publishing, getting this one put together. And look at this cover. Like, this camera kind of sucks. It doesn't do it justice, but I followed the artist on Instagram just because their artwork is so gorgeous. I can't, y'all. This is beautiful, and I'm so glad this gets to sit on my shelf. If I really, really like this book, which I'm sure I will, I'm going to display it nicely on my shelves for a little while because it's just too pretty to put away and only show the spine. Like, that's so sad when they don't have, like, as pretty spines as they do front covers to me. I want to get, like, some really cool ways to display those someday. But that is essentially all that I can remember having. I'm hopeful that Jonathan showed all of his later in the clip because I know that my clip is missing because I do distinctly remember showing a lot of books before he came in the room. So we'll see what you get pieced together here, and I hope that you aren't too upset with me because I was really looking forward to having a really nice vlog where we went shopping, and then I showed you the books I got. So I do apologize, but thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
The A to Z of judo. Judo is a martial art where you throw people around. That's literally most of what it is. Judo is just about tossing people. Can you toss people this way? Can you toss them that way? Can you toss them over your shoulders? Can you toss them under your leg? Can you dribble them like a basketball? That's judo. As you can see by the picture, he's tossing them, right? So I love throwing. I think it's very fun. And I want to get better at it, so picked it up. Practical joint manipulation. Looks a little cheap, you know. There might be some nuggets of wisdom in here. It's not that long, and it was only $2.50, so
yeah.
Might as well look at it. Women in the martial arts. This one's interesting to me because you don't hear about them a lot. There are women, I don't know if they're going to talk about just martial arts in general or if they're going to talk about martial arts cinema, but there are women in martial arts cinema that have a following, but they're just not nearly as well known, you know. So I think that just like most things, you know, things are getting more progressive over time, as they should. When it comes to martial arts, like, women were not accepted until very recently. I know that for my style of Tang Soo Do, the World Tang Soo Do Association, the founder started learning Mudokwan. He started learning Mudokwan at the age of 12, and he had to beg for a long time because that wasn't a normal thing. Like, back then, martial arts wasn't something that you dropped your kids off after school. It wasn't an after-school activity. It was for adult men to do. Like, it was a very manly thing, right? Mm-hmm. Now it's kind of been Americanized and it's been changed, and now it's thought of more as like a thing to put your kid in to teach them discipline and good stuff, which we do. It's a good thing. That being said, women were not allowed to participate and much less hold high rank in martial arts. Even in my lifetime, I've seen to where women have started becoming masters. They could not achieve the rank of master because they were women and inherently worse, I guess. Like, I don't know. Like, but that's a boundary. That's something that a ceiling that has been broken through. Mm-hmm. And you know, maybe this will give me some more insight on that kind of history.
Sounds cool. So that certainly was not everything that he got too, so I'm gonna have to retroactively show you those as well, so just forgive this weird video. Editing Chelsea here. I'm gonna show you the rest of the stuff that he got as well. He did find 3, 4, and 5 at a different bookstore that we went to. I can't remember. It might have been another Books A Million or something. I know it was a franchise, whatever it was. But he was so excited to finally find the next 3. He likes to buy them in bundles because he just binges his series. He's a binger for sure. And I will eventually get to this. I have 1 through 5 now on my shelf waiting for me to read. So yeah, he's already read through these super quick. Took him less than a week, I think. We also got volume 12 of Don Da Don, which he always reads immediately. Now it's on my shelf and I have 3 volumes now to catch up with, so I'm behind on that one. There were more martial arts books also in his stack, but for some reason I can't find them, so we're kind of skipping around books and manga right now. I can't show you the whole cover because it's Booty Royale, but we didn't have this one. If y'all don't know, don't read this series unless you're already into it because it is so gross, weird, raunchy, and not like in the super fun way. The only reason we're really reading this, for one, it's out there and we wanted to know what it was about. 2, it's about martial arts, technically. This girl on the cover, who I can't show you, she's a martial artist, and there's actually some pretty cool stuff that does happen in that, but I don't think it's worth the heartache of reading the rest of it. He also got volume 12 of Solo Leveling, which of course he's obsessed with, and I think this is supposed to be done soon. I've heard rumors that it's supposed to be done. I don't know if that's true. I do not need to be flipping through this because I have not read this far. So he also got volume 14 of Record of Ragnarok, which he's been loving. This is just a battle royale with gods and I guess like historical famous humans to try to inevitably get rid of the end of the world for them. Like, the gods want to start over, get rid of everybody. They don't like what's going on Earth, so they say, we're going to kill everyone, and then the humans are like, no, let us fight, and so that's what's happening in this. It's really fun, but it's not, like, mega thought-provoking. Good stuff, though. He has not read that one yet, somehow. He also wanted to try Sakamoto Days. He's heard good things about this one on Reddit and wanted to give it a try. Story and art by Yuto Suzuki. I've heard it's funny, but I've also heard from, I think, the Manga Sloth that it takes a while to get into because the very beginning it didn't really know what it was trying to be. I still want to give it a try. I've heard it's funny. I like comedy, but I hope it's not like going over my head because sometimes Japanese manga comedy is either way too silly for me or it goes over my head, and I just kind of like a good medium. Not like a normie sense of humor, but something that fits my sense of humor specifically, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does. Then we also got Kaiju number 8 B-Side, Volume 1. I thought this was supposed to be a light novel, so color me surprised when he flipped this open and it's actually a manga. That's my bad. But he loves Kaiju number 8 a lot. And I think this is supposed to be majorly about Hoshina, which is this guy on the front. I like him a lot, so I am excited to eventually read this as well. And the last thing he got, he actually accidentally bought this twice. We went to two different Books A Million, we went to a Books A Million and then we went to a Barnes & Noble in a town that was on the way home. That's what it was. And we didn't write down the stuff we bought, and so he got this one twice. So I'm going to have to either return, I can't return it because you can only do it in store, but we're going to have to just resell it, I guess. He bought 2 copies of Kagurabachi. He's wanted to try this one because he's seen some stuff online, as we mentioned in the beginning of this video where you can hear us talking about it. And I just think it's so funny that he bought 2 copies of this. So you're welcome, Viz. Anyway, I have no idea what this is about. Something about a swordsmith, a war sorcerer. Okay, something about retrieving stolen swords. I can't talk today, y'all. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can find of his. I think he got more martial arts books, but I cannot find them, and I'm so sorry, but this has just been a disaster of a haul, and I hope that that's okay with y'all. Sometimes that happens when you kind of just go on the fly. I don't plan everything out like I wish I could. I just can't do it. I'm leaving for camp in a few days, so this video will go up while I'm gone, and I hope that you enjoyed it. So yeah, that's everything. We've got 2 big old stacks of books. You actually got more than me this time with all of the extra books you purchased.
Yeah. You don't see a lot. Like, that's the thing that was so exciting when we went to the first little, like, local bookshop, was most of the time when you go in a big bookstore, you find the martial arts section. It's like half of one shelf. Like, yeah. And half of them are like biographies by like Tito Ortiz or BJ Penn or, you know, all these other names that you probably don't know. But like, it's, you know, like big UFC fighters or big cage fighters that have made a name for themselves and write a biography, and that's all that's in the martial arts section. So finding some stuff like this, and they had like 3 whole shelves of martial arts books, which I know doesn't sound like a lot compared to like young adult or, you know, fiction or anything like that. But for what it is, I was like, this is a lot. You never get this much. Yeah. So I was very excited.
He went ham, and they were really affordable. I think it was called White Pine Books.
Yeah, it was White Pine Books.
White Pine Books. And it says they have a website, whitepinebooks.com. So I'm going to see if they sell online as well. If so, I'm going to start supporting them because they were a phenomenal little used bookstore. And they had a few new things as well. But you could do trade with them. They had... It was so packed, but still so organized, and I was just so impressed because I've been to so many used bookstores, and he has too, where yes, there's a lot of inventory to look through, but it is so chaotic that you almost want to just walk out and not try because it's just too confusing.
Right.
And their prices were killer. I saw some books that have just come out that were like $8 versus $30 for a hardcover, and I don't know how she's getting those prices because they didn't look used. Maybe they were, but holy crap, those prices were good. And we got some really good stuff from her, and they were super nice. Yeah, phenomenal. They had 2 kitty cats too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't, like, it was a fantastic bookstore. Yeah. Well stocked, well organized, huge inventory, super nice staff.
They were giving away cookbooks. I didn't take any because I don't use cookbooks really. But yeah, I recommend them if you're ever in the Sevierville area of Tennessee. This is Yang. He missed us while we were gone, yeah, so he's really clingy right now.
He's running in here while we're recording.
We missed him. He had a pet sitter, so he was taken care of. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this haul and little talk. Gross. You gross puppy. You gotta be nice, not gross. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Please remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Like and subscribe, please.
Bye.
Bye. Give me a kiss.